repenting on a daily basis. You better thank the Most High some of us brothers repented, because we probably be robbing you niggas and checking your pockets. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, let me get that with you. It's the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Examine yourselves. What? Examine yourselves. Nah, just keep doing what you're doing. Examine yourselves. Whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves. Right? You said prove your own self because you don't know yourself. You don't even really know what you think you know. Right? The Most High knows you. So the blueprint that he laid down in these scriptures is the way that you should be. That's how you prove yourself, man. Just like iron, when you're making a sword, right? That oil and that water is what tempers that blade. So once you sharpen that blade and you make that sword and you beat out that metal, right? So when you get all that old leaven out of you, when you beat out all that evil, wicked spirit out of you, right? And then you quench that hot sword in that water, what does that sword do? It becomes stronger and harder, man. Right? So you gotta temper and treat yourself, man. You gotta find out, man, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing these last days? Because look, if the Most High cracked the sky right now, how could you say that you're doing what you're doing? By following the law, statutes, and commandments. That's how you know that you're doing right. Not your Christian pastor, Pastor Porkchop, who's going into his own belly telling you things that's going to benefit him and benefit the so-called church, man. Right? Come on. The book of Luke, how that Yahweh Shahal Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates. Except you do what? Except ye be reprobates. Because that's how you're going to wind up being a reprobate. That's how you, but what is a reprobate? A reprobate, roughly paraphrasing, is a man or woman that the Most High put in your mind to do certain things that's not okay with him. And you can't control that thing. You sitting up here thinking you in the truth, you doing this, that, and the third, but he done already changed your mind. And the things that you're doing is not okay with him, and he's not going to change that back. That's how you become a reprobate. Re means to do again. He's going to give you over to this world, and you're going to continue to do the same thing over and over again until his return, and then you'll be destroyed because that's the mind that he put you in, right? What's going on, brother? How you doing? Can I ask you a quick question, though? I know you probably don't want to come over here. I just got a quick question. How do you feel about what Vladimir Putin said about Jesus Christ being black? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's right. That's right.
Everybody know who he is except for us.
Right. Because
the whole world know who he is.
except for us. Except for then you got that. So who are we according to the Bible then? So who are we according to the Bible?
We the Israelites.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's right.
Now look, I'm going to bring out one precept before you go in there, real quick. Can you turn that towards? I just want the people to see you say that, right? Because it's a lot of us don't know that.
That's right.
A lot of us think that we just niggas and our women are just for the TV or for the streets. But we God's chosen people according to the Bible.
That's right. We the true Israelites because we read the Bible and you go off what the Bible says. We the only ones that have experienced all the exact things that the Bible says. That's right.
Come on now.
Right.
Come on.
That's
Come
right.
on. Right? Uh-huh. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Now let me get one precept for you before you go in City Trends. City Trends gonna be right there. Give me Isaiah 61 and give me and after that give me Deuteronomy 28. I just want you to see how you're right. Because the Most High, he did go to every nation, but he didn't go there for all the nations that's in that nation. He went there to pluck his people out from among those people, right? Come on, give me that. Isaiah 61 real quick. Isaiah 61 and 1. Hold on real quick, King. Give me that.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 61 and verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me,
Because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prisons to them that are bound. Right, because we make up 90% of the prison system. Right, so the Most High came to wake up those that are bound in prison and those that are bound in prison of the mind. Come on, hold on. That's right. That's right. Hold on. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all that mourn, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion. Right. That mourn where? In Zion. Right. So Zion is another name for Israel. So he sent Yahushua, which is Jesus, to bring back Zion. He didn't say Moab. He didn't say Elam. He didn't say Ishmael. Right. Now all of these nations are your Arab nations, Chinese nations, white nations, all these different people. Right. But we are the only people that's in captivity. Go ahead.
Jesus was in a meeting, right, with a whole bunch of people. And they said, hey, Jesus, your mama and your brothers out there.
Yes, sir.
Jesus said, nah, my mama and my brothers is everybody who think like me and believe like me.
That's right.
All people ain't just us, bro. Everybody who believe like us.
Hold on now.
Like us and see like us.
Okay, but what? Okay, King, but what did the Bible just say? Because the Bible didn't say everybody. He said everybody that mourn in Zion.
Yeah, because you read the Old Testament. If you read the New Testament, when Jesus came to fulfill the word, he told you.
Give me Matthew 15 to 24.
People is the people who think like him.
Okay.
Believe like him.
Okay.
That's when the word was being fulfilled.
Now, okay, now would you believe that if Christ said that, did Christ say that he came for everybody?
He said
that's in the New Testament. So did Christ say that he came for everybody?
Okay, listen.
Give me Matthew 15 to 24. Hold on. This is the book of Matthew chapter 15 and verse 24. But he answered and said, but Christ answered and said to his apostles, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. No, I was sent to everybody all over the earth. I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You see that? Now that was red letter. Now did he come for everybody or did he come for Israel?
Okay, check this out.
Give me Joel 2 and 28.
God said he would send a messenger to each nation.
So who? Okay, where is that in the scriptures that he will come to each nation and say that? Can you now hold on now? We on the right foot, but you got to prove that thing.
No, I don't have to prove.
Yes, you do. The Lord say prove all things.
This ain't. See, I don't debate with it.
But the Most High say contend for the faith. You have to contend for it.
I don't do what you do. See, if I just say my family and like my grandbabies, I'm good with that. See, I don't have to do what you do.
Ken, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up to that. You know too much not to be keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, and not. Okay, if you know that. If you give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12 real quick, because if you know that there's something you got to do, just knowing that's only half the battle.
That's right.
You don't watch G.I. Joe before. Knowing is half the battle.
That's right.
Right? You watched it when you was young. Come on, King. Come on, King. Read this real quick. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what does the Lord that God require of thee? Right. You see that? So Israel, what did the Lord require of you? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord. No, to give the commandments to everybody else. To keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day, for thy good. All right, so you got it. So King, go ahead, King. That's right. That's right.
Time back. So I will move on and continue to do what I do, right? And I'm going to let you keep going. I pray that what you try to do, reach
King, look. Let me say one thing to you before you go in there, right? Hold on, real quick, King, real quick. 1 John 5 and 3, real quick. Understand this, King. You haven't. Okay, where did I contradict myself, King?
When you said, let me tell you one thing.
Uh-huh.
You said, let me tell you one thing.
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you one thing. You have told me 12 things.
Because I done brought out 3 Bible verses, King, so I'm wrong for that?
No, but you're not. You should have just said, let me even have a conversation.
Okay, well, let me tell you a few things then.
Okay, yo, change the way you said it because words mean something.
King, hey, we not out here because we dislike you now. We out here because we love you, King. That's all, bro. It ain't got nothing to do with that, but look, I gotta show you the truth of the Bible, King. Give me 1 John 5:3. Hold on, King. In the book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3.
Now read this real quick.
For this is the love of God. But this is the love of God, because this is why I'm saying I love you, because I'm doing this. That we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous. And his commandments ain't grievous. This man, hey, he asked a question, bro, and said, now they call the evil good and the good evil, man.
That's right.
This is crazy, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, hey, I hope the seed was sown in the brother, and Lord willing, he come out, I can hand him a flyer, man. Because at the end of the day, this is what we got to do. We got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, man.
Repenting on a daily basis. You better thank the Most High some of us brothers repented, because we probably be robbing you niggas and checking your pockets.